Good morning. It is Monday, November 6th, and I am out on my morning run. Turns out I don't understand how daylight savings works at all. It is about 6:50, so I am running a bit later than I normally am, but it is like full brightness. So definitely gonna be better for running and filming. Um, but I'm running later than I normally do because I have jury duty today, which means I'm not working, so I'm going into jury duty a little bit later today. Got some errands I'm going to run this morning. What am I doing? I gotta drop some stuff off at Goodwill. I am taking some stuff to the recycling plant. My students cleaned up the campus last weekend, and we're gonna use our extra money for some costumes for the musical because while we do receive some funding from Title I stuff, and all that stuff, it isn't enough. It's never enough. We've gotten a lot of grant money and all of that stuff. If you're a voter in California, you know we passed Prop 28, which is funding for the schools and all of those things. So if you're like, why is she still collecting money when we get all this grant money? Well, getting the grant money is wonderful. Thank you, voters. But the process for getting it dispersed is quite lengthy. And sometimes you need the supplies pretty quick. The grant money seems to be, I filed my first thing to get some stuff, and it's been almost a month and nothing has moved forward with it. So it's probably looking like it's going to be like a 2 to 3 month turnaround on getting things that we need. But if you're in any kind of performance or any kind of event planning, you know that you can't always plan for everything 2 to 3 months out, and sometimes you just need to purchase something quickly. So that's what our fundraising and all that stuff is for. We are fundraising this month. I know you're like, isn't this a knitting podcast? Yeah, I know, it's Vlogsgiving. We're doing Seeds Candy. So that should be fun and exciting. And I challenge my students because they love challenges and are equally as competitive as I am. So I'm going to challenge them to meet a sales goal this year so we can get some more stuff that we need for our program. Let's see. Knitting wise, not touched the Stephen West MCAL yet. Still 25% of the way through Clue 2. It's fine. Everything's fine. I finished the Daisy Dream Bomber. I had to play some yarn chicken on the sleeves, and then when I ripped back to shorten the sleeve so I have enough, I'm still on the edge of yarn chicken, but it's fine. I like to live dangerously. I can't believe that sweater took me so long. It took me about a month, which is really long for me on a sweater. But it turns out apparently garter stitch, which, thank you for commenting, garter stitch is shorter than stockinette, which makes sense now that I think about it. So then it took me longer, right, to get the same length I would get with stockinette. So there was that. And then I didn't really like the double yarn overs. Good morning. I didn't really like the double yarn over, so then I was dawdling. I used almost every bit of the 2 skeins that I had from my sister. I was like, oh, I'm gonna give her extra. I did not give her extra. So there's that. I finished, and by finished I mean woven the ends on the blanket turned shawl that I'm donating to Knit the Rainbow. That took me 2 seconds because it was 3 ends. Apparently past 2015 Gabs was a genius and crocheted over most of her ends. And then I ripped back a portion of the shell border on another blanket that I showed. It starts with a crocodile flower, and then I did the around the bases pattern around it for my daughter, who promptly insisted on using it to sleep with. So that's what she did. So I wove the end on that. So 2 projects done last night. 3 actually, Daisy Dream Bomber, and I'm almost done with the shell border for my husband's around the bases crochet along as well, also back in 2015. It's huge. It fits him now. I don't know what I was thinking. So I have like maybe 12 inches of the shell border left, not like 12 inches in length, like width to go around. So that'll be lickety split. So I'll do that. That's his Christmas present. I'm like, I'm so good at things. Look at me. I just finished 2 blankets and a sweater in one day. They were all like 99% done. Then my sister so helpfully was like, what about your Sophie's Universe? I'm like, don't be ludicrous, Chaley. Don't say things. So that one's going to take me a while, but I'm feeling pretty good that the whip bin is not nearly as frightening as I thought it would be. It's much better. I'm not nearly as scared. I am going to make it my goal to kind of like work through it this holiday season so I don't have more languishing whips. And I can actually like, I think my true goal is that all of my whips are within a 12-month period. Like they don't have to be within the calendar year, right? Because like I could cast something on in December and then not work on it till January. And then it's technically like last year's whip, but it's only like a month apart, so that doesn't feel like it counts. So my goal is to get to whips that are only within a 12-month period. All of these whips that I just pulled out of that bin yesterday are all 2015 or earlier. I think that market tote bag that I pulled out, I'm pretty sure that's from when I was in high school. So I'm like, this is serving nobody. I'm not working on it. I know why I wasn't working on that market tote either, because the yarn is a little bit tricky because it's acrylic, so it's a little bit tighter and it doesn't like slide through my hands as easily. But I also was using really not great needles. They're plastic, so, and kind of oldish. So I imagine if I was using my Chagos, I would be going much faster. That was honestly the game changer that I did with my knitting, is I got Chagos and I learned how to continental. That was it. Like I kept wrecking my shoulder throwing because I was literally throwing with my whole hand, which I realized I should flip with just my tiny finger, but we're past that. And then I switched to crocheting because crocheting was a lot easier. That's why most of my unfinished whips are crochet things. So I was a really like avid crocheter up until about 2018 when I joined a knit group and everyone else was knitting at the group. So I wanted to be like the rest. They didn't pressure me to knit instead of crochet. They were fine. But I just wanted to knit what they were knitting. So then I switched back over to knitting, and then all my crochet blankets and all that stuff fell by the wayside, but most of it's done. Other than that Sophie's Universe, which is probably going to take me about 2 or 3 weeks on it. But that's still not bad for a blanket. Yeah, so I'm going to try and finish that. I'm out on a run. It's beautiful. It rained. So it's got that nice like moisture, but not super cold in the air. I apologize for my erratic filming schedule. I will try and be more regular about it, but it just didn't work out with the show. The show did go very well. And I will get back to all of the YouTube comments. I am sorry that I am slow on that this week as well. Got a little hectic with the show because I'm mostly like a one-woman crew. There isn't another teacher who runs the drama program with me. It's just me. So it's a little bit tricky sometimes. Everybody helps out. Everybody's great. But you know, when you're like the point of contact for everybody, it's still a lot of work. I do have to tell you, we did not win the Halloween costume contest. So this is where my kids would say, not my actual children, my students would say, rigged. So one of our admin was doing the announcing for our different costumes, and she never like explained that the kids are supposed to like clap for the teacher that they liked, or like the costumes that they liked. So none of the kids clapped or cheered or anything. And then, yeah, so there wasn't really like a kind of declared winner. Like, it wasn't a thing. We all just kind of stood out there. And then it sounded like 2 kids like cheered for them when they were Barbie. The admin team were Barbies, so then I guess they won? I don't know. It wasn't really clear or super organized, but that was okay. It was still really fun to see everybody. So yes, that's what happened there. So we didn't win, but it didn't also feel like we competed. So in our hearts, know that we're the winners. We're all winners at heart. I know, isn't that like super like teachery? Anyway, I'll see you later. Done with the run. Super exciting news. I cannot believe I haven't shared yet. So over the summer, I was classified as pre-diabetic because my A1C was 5.7, which is just on the line of being considered pre-diabetic. So I worked very hard for the past 5 months. I think I was actually, the blood test came back in May, and I was like, oh no. So worked very hard, up to my exercise level, cut down my sugars. I've actually been tracking how much artificial sugar and processed sugar I've been eating a day, trying to stay under 24 grams when I can manage it. And I got the blood test results back from my last one, and it's 5.5, which is also still on the line, but it is on the line of normal. So I am no longer officially in the pre-diabetic category, so I am very proud of myself. And I told everybody because it was hard work and tricky, and yes. So I'm super proud. I'm still gonna keep working on it because I don't like that I'm riding right on the line. So plus, as you know, probably better life choices for me anyway. But part of it was y'all for me needing to do my morning musings every day. It inspired me to always come out and run, if not every day, but every other day. So thank you, and I hope you'll celebrate with me. Do some little like emojis down there. Okay, that's it. Gotta go to work. Oh no, not work. Gotta get ready. Just kidding. Thought I had to work today. I don't. Jury duty. Can't forget that. Forgotten that a couple times. Didn't go good. See you later. Okay, so it's peak vlogging day today because it's not a vlog if there isn't sweeping and my ever popular dish that I'm currently obsessed with, peanut butter ramen. I realized that I'm trying to vlog and put dishes away. It's not working. So things that you learn. Got stuff on the stove, gonna put some dishes away, and yeah, then make my peanut butter ramen, which is delicious. You should try it if you're not allergic to things like peanut butter. Yarn got tangled on the Swift. Good morning. It is November 7th. Not my normal morning check-in day, but I'm walking up a huge hill and I'm trying to distract myself from how much farther if I have to walk this huge hill. So let's check in anyway. Jury duty went fine yesterday. I have to reappear at the courthouse on Monday. So still a part of that process, and you know, that's all I can say. So Monday I will be back at the courthouse. I have subscribed to Hobby School's Holiday Craft Summit, which is going on today and tomorrow. So I just watched one of the videos about how to have a simple and stress-free Christmas. Some good ideas. I obviously am not going to share them in depth because I want you to subscribe to their not channel but event, I guess, so you can get it too. But it was very helpful. Learned a few things about how to streamline what I'm doing. So I liked it. The links are only available for 24 hours. After that, you have to purchase them. So if you're interested, I'll put the link below and you can sign up right quick because this will go up today because this is an editing day. Let's see. I finished another very large whip for my husband. It is my Sophie's Universe around the bases pattern, so like a hybrid together, and I just whipped up finishing the shell border, wove in the ends, and now he has a new blanket. So that's pretty good. I started joining the squares in my scarf, my brown scarf that I'm making. I don't have that brown anymore, or I couldn't find it anymore. So I'm doing accent color, which is red. So I did that while I was sitting in the jury waiting room because apparently crochet hooks made it through the metal detector at the courthouse. But I did bring just kind of one of my cheaper crochet hooks, just the metal one, in case they took it. And I did put it in a clear bag. I put it in one of the stash finder bags from Erin Lane Bags, so it was clear. So if security wanted to look through it, they could see right in that it was my project bag. So I did that. It was fine. You obviously can't craft in the courtroom, but I was fine to do it in the waiting room. This obviously is not legal advice. Read the directions and the rules about your courthouse and make a decision for yourself. What else did I do? Oh, I have joined Emily Crow's book Discord, where I am reading A Stash of One's Own. It's their book club chat. And I have the Kindle, so I've been reading about an essay a day. But what I can't see on the Kindle is the publication page. So I don't know how long ago it was written, but it's feeling a little out of date. Yeah. I think there's some interesting things, but it's feeling a little like, I don't know, just like it's not super current, which is probably accurate. I am not sure I'm enjoying this essay style of writing. I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep reading it, but I'm not sure if it's for me. Sorry, crossing the street, trying to not get hit by cars. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's for me yet. I'm not resonating with the approach that a lot of the writers have. I guess I haven't found one that I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I get it. So, yeah, I'm not there yet, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna keep reading it. It's a pretty short read. My Kindle says it's only gonna take me an hour. So if I read like 10 minutes a day, we're good. But I almost said the jury's still out. The jury is still out on this book. I'll keep reading it. In terms of more projects, let's see. I started the Haycorn sock chest knit for Ruth of Orchard House Editing. Started it last night. I'm already on the foot because it's DK. And it was like the only thing I knit on yesterday. So I flew through that sucker. I'm gonna hopefully finish it tonight. And then also start with the second sock. That's the train. Which one? Maybe. Maybe it's not the train. Sounds kind of like it's getting closer. I don't know. I'm a different route than you normally see me on. That's why there's much more traffic. So hopefully finish the sock today. Start the second sock. Whip those buddies out. Those are again for Gary Knits the Rainbows Gary's Knit the Rainbow Accessory Drive. And yeah, then I have another chest knit I'm going to start, and other projects, which I'm sure I will catch you up on. But chest knit is my next on deck. I have not worked on the West Knits MCal. I will maybe one day do that, but I don't know when that day is. But that's okay too. So I will catch you all tomorrow, because I won't record anymore today, because today is an editing day. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow.